Despite the fact that Tony Stark does not have any superpowers, he has an almost superhuman ability to predict problems in the future, and proactively form plans to solve those problems. After Loki was able to successfully manipulate the Hulk into rampaging and nearly destroying the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier during the events of Avengers, it became obvious that Tony and the rest of the Avengers needed a better contingency plan for the big guy if he ever got out of control again. During Iron Man 3, we see that Iron Man had begun to start developing a series of more specialized armors for tackling specific scenarios. One of those suits is seen during the events of Age of Ultron, when Scarlet Witch is able to force Hulk into transforming and rampaging through Johannesburg, South Africa. Stark is forced to deploy the Mark 44, aka the Hulkbuster armor. Today's video is going to cover everything we know about this thick armor and its capabilities. Now, before we begin, the version of the Hulkbuster armor that we're discussing today is the version from the MCU and not from the comics. As with our other lore videos, it's important to make this distinction because the MCU is not the main comic book 616 universe, and as most of us longtime comic readers know, the MCU takes creative liberties with a lot of the source material. So just keep that in mind, we're only talking about the Hulkbuster from the films and supplemental film material. The Mark 44 armor began development presumably after the events of Avengers as a collaborative effort between Tony Stark and Bruce Banner. When Bruce transforms into the Hulk, he has described the control of Hulk's actions as a steering wheel, where Hulk and Bruce both have a hand on the wheel. However, when forced to change in the Avengers by Loki and again in Age of Ultron by Scarlet Witch, Hulk takes over and begins to rampage, causing complete havoc. Bruce helps Tony develop the Mark 44, whose sole purpose is to take on the Hulk in the event that he becomes inconsolable. The Hulkbuster armor is deployed via a mobile service delivery module that can be deployed anywhere in the world named Veronica. Director Joss Whedon named the system Veronica after the Archie comics character of the same name. Veronica was a rival to Archie's girlfriend Betty. Joss said, "I just decided to call the armor Veronica because Banner used to be in love with a girl named Betty, and Veronica is the opposite of that." Veronica is essentially a giant mobile floating armory that houses the Mark 44 as well as replacement parts for the Hulkbuster armor unit. When Tony calls for Veronica's aid, the Hulkbuster armor is deployed and rockets its way to him. This is a clear evolution of the tech that Tony was working on to some degree of success in Iron Man 3 and the Mark 42, aka the Prodigal Son armor. The Hulkbuster armor is considered modular in the sense that the armor's parts can be switched and replaced on the fly. It was presumably designed this way to account for the fact that any fight with the Hulk would surely damage the unit to the point where it would need to have replacement parts swapped in and out. This is evidenced in the fight when the Hulk rams a traffic light pole through the suit's left arm just below the shoulder, and the Hulkbuster ejects the armor and installs a new one in place, continuing to allow Stark to do battle with Banner. In order to generate the significantly improved strength that the unit boasted, the armor had to be powered by multiple arc reactors. There is one in the center of the chest, one on the back of each leg, two on the front of each leg, four on the back near the propulsion system, three on each lat, one under each shoulder pauldron, and one on the palm of each hand. All of this for a total of at least 21 arc reactors that we could count. The strength of the armor was able to consistently match the rampaging Hulk strength as well as his striking power. The suit was strong enough to send Hulk flying down a street in one punch, as well as strong enough to knock his tooth out when combined with a propulsion system. It's even able to body slam Hulk, hold him down firmly in place, and land a series of consecutive punches to the head via a jackhammer-like hydraulic battering ram mechanism embedded in the arms. The suit's enhanced durability is also consistently tested throughout the battle. The suit features a reinforced exoskeleton that helps protect Tony inside of the suit. Hulk throws cars at it, shoulder charges it, punches it, kicks it, rips off or completely destroys multiple various pieces of the suit, and Hulk even throws it through various buildings and just generally wails on this thing pretty hard. The suit is capable of flight through a mixture of the arc reactors on its back as well as its jet propulsion system. Arc reactors on the palm of the hands are capable of firing unibeams similar to what Iron Man has been able to do with other armors, except presumably much stronger. It has a really cool locking mechanism built into the arms that allow the hand to retract and lock the Hulk's arm within it and use it for restraint. The suit also has a high-power chemical sedative spray built into it that did absolutely nothing against the Hulk, but hey, it is the thought that counts. The suit also has various missiles built into it, and Tony uses those missiles to weaken the structural integrity of a building that he ultimately destroys when crashing the Hulk through it. The suit also features an AI within it similar to Jarvis, but its full ability set is unknown. At this point in the MCU, Jarvis was presumed destroyed by Ultron. We know it's capable of delivering commands to Veronica, feeding diagnostics to the suit back to Tony, compiling damage reports, scanning large areas and structures for potential threats and casualties, and purchasing whole buildings to destroy. Ultimately, the suit proved successful in stopping the Hulk from rampaging in Johannesburg, even though it came with a tremendous amount of damage in the city. The Mark 44 is eventually improved upon in the form of the Mark 48 or the Hulkbuster 2.0. The Hulkbuster 2 features the same modular design and multiple arc reactors with a somewhat more streamlined appearance. The suit was first used in the Battle of Wakanda, where it destroyed a number of Outriders as well as did battle with the massive Call Obsidian. This Hulkbuster was having a difficult time dealing with Obsidian, but was able to defeat and kill him when Banner tricked him into stabbing one of the Hulkbuster's broken arms, then triggered the propulsion system on the arm, which forced the behemoth into Wakanda's protective dome, causing a massive explosion. We can assume that the suit was physically stronger and more durable than the previous model because Tony and Bruce would have learned from the Battle of Johannesburg and improved upon the model in every way. Outside of that, the second iteration of the Hulkbuster was only used one more time during the capture of Thanos on his vacation planet. Thanos was significantly weakened at that point, so the suit was more than capable of restraining him until ultimately he was killed. The Hulkbuster suit is definitely one of the coolest armors that we've seen in the MCU, and considering the pantheon of awesome armors that Tony has, that's saying quite a lot. Thank you guys for watching this video. We hope you learned a lot about the thickest battle armor of them all, the Hulkbuster, and if you did, please consider subscribing and dropping a like on this video. Better yet, drop a comment down below letting us know what other suits of armors you'd like us to cover on the channel, and maybe we could eventually cover them all. This has been Nick with Key Issues, and remember the motto, Hulkbusters over everything.